Hello, welcome everyone to the Distraction TEW series. We are fresh off of WWE King of Kings 2020, a big show, Joseph, a big show where we paid tribute to the great Triple H.
Yes, a fantastic show. According to these fantastic reviews, which I'm excited to learn. I am very anxious here, Jeremy, as I mentioned you off screen. You know this, through no fault of your own. It has been some time since we entered the TEW world. By the time you're watching this and hearing me say these words, it has been 12 years since I said them. But in our own schedule here, I think there's some nerves here, right, Jeremy? We're entering back into the world. We've been away for a couple of weeks. Will we be able to throw ourselves into the world of WWE like poor Bruce did, who has now passed on from our TEW universe, but he just threw himself back in. And I'm hoping we can do the same here, paying homage to him almost in tribute of Brother Love this week. That's what I'm hoping for.
I do think this is the longest we've gone between recording sessions. It's been like 2 weeks since we've recorded this King of Kings show. And I have no idea what happened, and I have no idea. So I'm going to pull up the results here. Main event, Bret Hart beat AJ Styles and Mr. Perfect. That was the first A match. That was a great match. So we're riding high off of that. Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Braun Strowman. Nakamura solved racism, I think, was my angle there.
Yes, I think so. I mean, there was a lot of squashes on this show, wasn't there, from what I recall?
There was, yeah. Brock and Daniel Bryan had a great match, so we're on the road to SummerSlam with that. Walter squashed Seth Rollins. New Day being happy. New Day defeated the Brain Busters to retain the titles. I do recall where I was going with that. I have to remember what that finish was, but I do recall. I know where I'm going with SummerSlam, but there's 5 weeks, and so I just have to get to SummerSlam.
That was what I was going to... At some point, we need to check the exact amount of time we have.
Yeah.
Because I know my SummerSlam matches. I have absolutely no idea how I intend to get there. This is going to be a challenge for both of us, but I'm with you. Yes.
Adam Cole by New Era defeating the thrown together team of Balor, Gargano, and Big Show. The Triple H segment, I remember being amazing. Yeah. Where he had his retirement speech, and then he beat Bray Wyatt, and then highlights, and another retirement speech. And all of this whole segment is like 5 minutes. And then Aleister Black beat Triple H. Charlotte bowed down. Britt Baker, Asuka, and Kairi beat Bayley, Sasha, and Sonya. Jeff Hardy with the Imagination Box. That was a bit.
Yes. Wow, that feels like a long time ago. That sure was a bit.
Again, this has been like 2 weeks, and in quarantine time, that's like 3 months. So
yes, 3 years.
Yeah,
3 years is what it is. But I like that your description of the Charlotte match was bow down. That was all you give it, and I think that's all you needed to give it. Exactly. By the way, the viewership on that event, wow.
Look, 7 million people subscribed to the network for this show.
Triple H, don't ever let anyone tell you he wasn't an A+ player. Okay, that guy was drawing people, even to the end.
Taka Michinoku's out of New Japan.
Oh. That's terrible.
Who's Evolve trying to? Can we buy Evolve? By the time this airs, that might be a real thing. So
it may. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is while we speak almost. So yeah, by the time this airs, it should be long gone. It should be on the network, the Vault, the whole deal.
Oh, we've got a bunch of people returning that we've now got to...
Oh, this was bad call on my part. I didn't even think about this.
Assign a position to. So all these road agents.
Okay, we also need to look at some of those morale deals because they look... Some of those are a lot of my pals, and I don't like that, okay?
I don't like this. The Fed is doing well right now. The stock is up. We had the first A match in history. Yes. I don't understand why morale is down. We did. What was the? Oh, didn't Brock Lesnar get beat up? Wasn't that the incident that happened?
Didn't the Big Show beat him up?
Yeah, I think Brock and the Big Show fought.
Oh yes, because I remember that I took the SmackDown crew. Yes. I remember taking them to King of Kings, and we just watched loads of fights break out. From what I can recall happened.
So I think I texted you this, and I posted the screenshot on my Twitter and tagged you with Randy trying to fight Brock Lesnar in my TEW 20 series.
Yes.
The week before.
A lot of trouble.
Oh, he tried to fight Lashley the week before.
Lashley, right,
yeah, the week before he tried to fight Lesnar. So it was 2 straight weeks of Randy just like picking fights with these two.
Yeah. See, that's where like the mod has tried to recreate Randy's Randy's personality is what he is. He's had some stories about him, and I understand that. But the idea of Randy fighting anyone at this point is hilarious to me. That man could not care less. He's certainly not fighting Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar anytime soon. He may try and fight, like, I don't know, Adam Cole or Tommaso Ciampa, perhaps. Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley, not a thing that will be happening anytime soon.
Yeah, wouldn't like Randy try to rally Lesnar and Lashley against all the leg slappers?
Yes.
And be like, no, I'm not going to fight you guys. Let's rally against these guys.
My God, Lance Storm with an intense look there down the camera lens. Very intense. Very, very serious, as per usual. That's the gimmick, right? Live it.
All right, Dolph Ziggler has morale issues. What can we do with Dolph? He's annoyed at his booking. You're not booking Dolph very strong here, Joe.
Look, I'm going to have to leave Dolph. I'm not wasting money on that, okay? I saw that Randall was upset, and that makes me very sad.
Triple H has major issue. We can just send him to NXT. That's legitimately what I want to do with Triple H.
Of course, that's the end for him. The arc has ended. The character has been written off television.
I thought I hit T, and apparently I didn't. Send away. Yeah, go develop your overall skills in NXT. I'll be kind and just say to work down there. I don't care.
You should have said to get into shape.
All right, we've sent Triple H to NXT. All
wow.
Right, Big Show. You want to do? Oh, I have the Big Show.
Yes, yes, you do. Do not look. You have him fighting, guys. That's nothing to do with me, okay?
He'll be okay. You're okay, Big Show. Randall.
Yeah,
yes. Randall. It's just that one match. He was not happy about losing to Keith Lee.
How much money would I have to pay him for him not to be angry about losing one match to Keith Lee? Is my real question.
He's making $24 million.
Okay.
24,000. He should be making $24 million. He's making 24,000 right now.
24 million a month. Wow. Yeah. What a wage.
I think that's be underpaying Randall. I feel like you could probably give him like, look, we have money. We're not hurting for money on this thing. We just made $1 million last month. We had this successful King of Kings show, which is going to be like a $3 million profit. We can throw money at Randy. Let's give him 25. That's more than he makes a month. Yes. And I'm sure he will be fine. Might upset some people. Yeah. No, they won't mind. It's Randall. Randall is different. They know the relationship I share with him. He's a locker room leader for me, even if he doesn't want to be. That's the way it is, okay? As you know, Jeremy, very different culture in SmackDown, right? Very different. And there you go.
Randall, he's a trendsetter in that sense. So, any of these other names, ones that are important to me, Samoa Joe is very sad. Very, very sad. What have I done to Samoa Joe?
Samoa Joe, probably the Keith Lee booking. Yeah, he wasn't. Nobody wants to put Keith Lee over.
Okay, how much is he making? 17.
You could probably give him 10, and it'll be fine.
Okay. I love this. I'm just now bankrupting the company via my.
I mean, we're not.
Push.
We're
fine.
Yeah, we're fine on money. Oh, he's not. He's still annoyed. Well,
that's his fault.
Yeah, you got 10,000, buddy.
Okay, now one thing I need to solve, Jeremy, is I need the Stinger to be happy this week.
All right, first I gotta send Stephanie to NXT.
To develop her Rumble skills.
Let's actually do. What should Stephanie
develop? Flying skills
to train people. Stephanie's gonna train people.
I think it should be to remove ring rust, but I understand what you're saying.
She's not mad about going down there to be as like a trainer. So
no. Well, she can see, man. The writing's on the wall. WWE's changing. They're better off staying in NXT.
All right, Sting is very irritated because you don't book him at all.
It's about to change. I need him happy this week, guys. That's all I'm saying.
20. Give him 20. Let's not mess around.
I must say, his picture doesn't suggest that he's very irritated. He looks pretty happy, actually.
He looks more constipated than irritated.
Of all the descriptions, irritated is the least accurate, I would say. Actually. But yeah.
All right. Anybody else we need to kind of take care of?
No, that's fine, I think. Unless you have any,
Seth is very, very not pleased.
He was let down, is what it is. He thought he was a locker room leader for you. That's the truth.
It'll be okay, Seth. You'll be. I have no idea what I'm doing with Seth Rollins. None.
He's gonna have a lot of guys beat him. Is what you're gonna do. That's.
Oh yeah, he was. Remember, he kept emailing like, "Love Pete Dunne, love Matt Riddle." Like, great, you're gonna be putting him over, buddy.
Yeah, exactly that. That's now he's rolling. It's only just dawned on him. Bless him.
All right,
Shame.
SummerSlam is August week 2, so we have 4 weeks. Week 3, week 4,
TVs.
1, 2. Yeah, 4 weeks of television.
That's not too bad. That helps me a lot because I've been waiting. I've been like a month off my pay-per-view already, right? So that's fine. Okay, I can work with that.
Oh my God, that's SummerSlam. That Survivor Series gap is insane.
Yeah, that's very scary. We may have to move that to week 3.
I almost think we should move SummerSlam to week 3 and have 5 weeks of television.
The issue is I've already had 4.
Oh, that's true.
So,
that's true.
Not great for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest with you, but I understand your point. Survivor Series always is week 3 though, right?
Like yeah, I feel like I thought SummerSlam was always week 3 too. Or does SummerSlam like differ?
I think it differs. I'm actually going to check now. I can't believe I'm doing this. It has no relevance to anything. Carry on with what I'll just find out. I'm interested now what day it was. But yes, please proceed with whatever we're doing here. SummerSlam. Okay, SummerSlam 2019 was August 11th. So there you go.
Okay. All right. WrestleMania. It feels like only 4 weeks between Roadblock and WrestleMania is weird. I don't even know if we're gonna get that far. Look, if we get that far, we'll mess with it. But let's focus on what we can actually get to. Focus on what's attainable here. All right, here we go. Monday Night Raw. I think we're ready, right? Ready? Good to go?
Yes, we're ready.
Okay.
As ready as we'll ever be.
Yes.
Jeremy. As ready as we'll ever be.
All right.
I love that we're off for 2 weeks. The first sign of action is like, what are we gonna do with WrestleMania in 8 months, right? Let's create that one.
Okay, no incidents. Very, very good. Very good that we've had no incidents. Everyone's feeling good coming off King of Kings.
Not exactly. Brock is very mad, and Big Show is not too happy either. But other than that, yes, everyone's good.
They'll get over it. Okay, Brock and Brett. Yeah, we can remove. So this is just Brock and Brett now. That's where we're going.
Yes.
So we can remove AJ. Can remove Brian.
And I think I co-signed, or I think I remember saying that is the SummerSlam main event.
Yes. Yes.
I have no issue. I'm not going to do like a fake bit where I'm like, no, man, Drew, I'm not doing it. Okay, I understand. Red Hot Water Seth deal was ended. Women's 5 Raw.
I don't know if this is continuing or not.
What?
It is a little bit, but no, it's not.
Okay.
It's not. All right, I know what I'm booking. This actually helps me out. Okay. Yeah, it's continuing for this week, and then it's done after that.
Oh wow, this must be a hot week for that big feud, right?
Well, they just had the 6-woman tag. So yeah, I know what I'm doing there. I know I don't want to spoil anything as far as what I'm going to do with SummerSlam.
Okay.
All right. Here is a storyline that I'm going to do, though. Cesaro and Nakamura. Big U.S. title match for SummerSlam.
This was planned some time ago, was it not? And then different things happened that meant Braun was there for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what happened was I needed to get Shinsuke a little bit more over because the game is not very kind to him, and so I just had him squash Braun. So Cesaro and Nakamura.
I actually like the idea of you getting Shinsuke over as an American, basically, and then being like, now he's going to fight a European. Take that.
It's a melting pot. That's what America is, right? A melting pot of races. So I'll spoil this because I might need you to remind me, as I don't know when we're gonna record. Leading up until SummerSlam, I had this in my head, and I've had it for a while. So I'm putting together Cesaro with Arn and Tully as kind of like a stable, and I'm debating on whether to add a fourth. And if I add a fourth, I think it's going to be Styles, and I think that's where I'm going to end up going with things.
Okay, so AJ, Cesaro, and the Brainbusters, right? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Would you like me to actually make a note of this? Because I'm very scared by the responsibility you've just placed upon me.
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
I've had the Cesaro and Brainbusters idea. I wanted to do it at some point. I didn't know, like, I had to get through a couple of things first, and SummerSlam just seems like the time where I can easily pull that off.
Okay, this is very interesting. I'm actually interested in this, but I'm always interested in what you're doing on this show. It's very
How am I?
What's the best way to describe it? Controversial? Is that the best way to describe Raw these days?
Well, Bruce is in charge now, so it's no
yeah.
longer Heyman.
Yeah, exactly. Poor Bruce. Bless him. Bless Bruce.
All right, we're gonna open the show with Brock and Bret, kind of just we're on the road to SummerSlam with them. Bret's gonna come out. He's gonna be Bret Hart. He's gonna cut his Bret Hart promo of like, beat Mr. Perfect, beat AJ Styles, proved I'm the best, excellent of execution, best there is was. You know what Bret Hart says.
Yeah. Is he wearing a hat?
He's not wearing a hat, and I'll tell you why he's not wearing a hat. And Brock's gonna come out. Heyman's going to stand up from the... Heyman's actually not at the announce table. So people are like, oh, where's Paul Heyman? No one's really saying that. But Heyman's going to come out with Brock.
Morrow is.
Yeah, Morrow doesn't care. Morrow's doing Morrow things with his catchphrases and whatnot. So Heyman and Brock come out. Heyman's cutting the promo of like, all right, you're a great technical wrestler, all this stuff. This isn't a wrestling match. This is a fight. This is the beast right here. This is a man who murders people. You can try all your stupid holds. That stuff doesn't work. This guy's just going to smash your head in and eat it. That's what Paul Heyman's going to say.
Yes.
And then Brock is going to lay out Bret. And Bret still has his sunglasses on, mind you, because he's not wearing his wrestler sunglasses that he passes off to people. He's wearing like those cool Bret Hart sunglasses. You know what I'm talking about. And Brock's gonna stomp on the sunglasses after giving him the F5.
Oh wow!
I love prop breaking here.
I can tell.
Yeah.
It's Brock's gimmick now, right? Yeah. He's Paul doing the promo he does where he's like, he pretends he's an actual fight promoter, and he's like, the box office attraction of this would be, and like, all of a sudden it's like they're the UFC for like half an hour of the show. I love when he does that. That's always good. That's
what he's doing. He's like, this is gonna be a fight. This is not going to be, a wrestling. He's gonna sell like Brock's gonna shoot on him. Like Bob Lashley and McIntyre and FTR and the Young Bucks. Like this ain't a wrestling match. Once we get in there, he's just gonna completely shoot on you.
Yeah, that's a different game. Different ball game. Look, I love Bret. That's not the Hitman's forte against Brock Lesnar. It's not, is it? The dungeon may be tough, but there are no Brock Lesnar's in that dungeon, I must say.
All right, there we go. That's our opening segment. I might extend the length on that just because it should be a long segment. All right, here we go. Match, Fatal 5-Way. The winner gets a shot at Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam. The Queen. Charlotte's going to be on commentary. I'm going to get penalized for this because they do not recognize the greatness of the Queen. All right, so we've got Baker, Sasha, Bayley. I'm playing the ultimate rib on Sasha and Bayley, and people are going to be very mad at me. Oh, that's okay.
Who was the other person in the tag that you did?
It was Sonya. She won. Remember I booked that? You probably don't because I barely do. But I booked like a 4-way, and I left it up to the game to who won, and they had Sonya win. So she just ended up in that match. She's not in this, though. Look, sorry, Sonya. You're doing great things on television. She's the women's champion now on television. Good for her. She has the Money in the Bank briefcase after beating Otis. So big things for Sonya in real life on SmackDown. In this world, she's not doing much.
It's interesting that as you say that, those things seem feasible, but there's a very good chance by the time this comes out, she's just lost on SmackDown. There's nothing going on. That could also happen. So I don't know what's funnier, if you're correct or wrong.
How many people are going to complain about Baker going over?
Like, in this game or in the comment section in 3 months?
No, in this game. I think Sasha, Bayley, I think all of them are just going to be unhappy by this.
I don't think Kairi will. But
I don't think Kairi will either. Oh, nobody. Fair. See, I've already gotten Britt Baker so over that.
Job done.
Yep. They're just like, we shouldn't even fight against this. You know, maybe Candice was standing next to Britt when this match was getting put together, and Sasha and Bayley were like, I'm not even going to test it.
I have to say, man, I feel that Britt Baker and Charlotte is a very strange match. I really do. And I don't mean to discredit it as a dream match of yours. I know it means a lot to you, and I'm glad it's getting the SummerSlam billing it deserves. But, man, I'm just not sure. I'm really not. I've got to be honest with you.
It's two heels. It's not... Look, does it make a ton of sense in the real world? No. If I had more faith that we could continue this all the way to WrestleMania, would I hold off on doing it? Yes. I don't have that much faith in us that we book all the way to WrestleMania. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get the match. Look, Joseph, this SummerSlam show isn't coming out until probably like WrestleMania 37 anyway. So if I can keep up the Charlotte and the Britt Baker thing's not a bit. If I can keep up the Charlotte bit that long on Twitter to pay it off on TEW, I'll be very proud of myself.
I just want to say I'm proud of you for the fact that I said it was a weird matchup and you responded with, if I could hold it for Mania, I would. I mean, hell, that was tremendous. I love that was your retort. He was like, not only is it not weird, I wish I could make it bigger. You did that 1 minute of time, by the way. I would like you to know. 1 minute is all you give it.
Oh, that's just like their face-off. You know, it doesn't need to be. Yeah.
Come on. Britt Baker's she does tremendous faces, and the Queen is the Queen. Bow down.
All right, fine. I'll do
give it at least 25.
Part of the problem is...
respect this. You just said this was your WrestleMania main event and you had faith in us getting there.
It might be. Like, the rematch at WrestleMania might be the main event.
The sequel we've all been waiting for.
I told you I was booking WWE and TEW 20, and I've dropped them to medium size because, like, no one is over. And I'm trying to book, like, legitimately how WWE books, so I'm not using, like, Cena and Undertaker and all these guys. And all of these segments are just, they're death. Like, there's just poor ratings because, you know, it's based on popularity, and, like, no one in that game is popular.
Are you doing the, like, brainwashed thing where you push the people that you know they are going to push in real life? Because I have done that and have questioned what's happened to me. Like, I've been doing things where I'm like, oh, what am I going to do with Corbin? It's like, why do I even care what I'm doing with Corbin? Like, I will convince myself that I am, in fact, Vince McMahon for an hour. Very scary.
Yeah, I do similar, but not like Corbin. I have, like, paired with Sonya against Otis and Mandy. So, like, that seems like a real thing that's actually kind of happening. But, yeah, I will, like, try to, like, the Bray stuff is, I mean, anybody who's watched the series can tell I don't have any actual desire to, like, use Bray. But, like, I'm with you where I'll turn into Vince McMahon and be like, gotta have these Bray segments, like, gotta do this stuff. It's gonna draw well and whatnot. So yeah, I do think of it like booking how they would book, at least for the first little while, to where I can establish the people I actually want to push. But it takes a while in that game. Like, you can't just have Cesaro beating Braun Strowman on the first night, because the game will, like, kill you. And
I disagree. I think you should do that. I think you should do that every time you ever start a game. Just have Cesaro beat Braun Strowman on first night.
All right, what else are we doing on this show?
I hope you have the answers to that question, because I certainly don't.
Probably don't. All right, let's do the tag team stuff. So I don't recall how like the Brain Busters lost. I feel like it was. I don't think I did like a clean thing because I knew I was going to do the rematch at
It was a roll up,
SummerSlam.
I think, maybe.
Was it like a flash pinfall off of like Xavier or the one that's not the champion? Essentially, like cause a distraction or something. I feel like that's what we did. Maybe I should watch the product. But
yeah, maybe.
All right. So basically, what we're gonna do is Brainbusters are gonna come out. They're gonna be like, you guys, it's 3 against 2. We thought you were honorable baby faces. This is how you decide to win. New Day is like, look, the win is the win. But if you're that salty about it, then all you got to do, prove yourself. Prove you're the best. You want to prove you're the best. Show us you're the best. We'll give you a rematch, and then that'll set up this number. This is a night of number 1 contender matches. Is what this is here.
Okay.
So,
did Arn actually say baby faces? And if so, did he before he said it? Did he say, "I'm going to shoot"? And look at Paul Heyman while Paul Heyman did the
no. Paul Heyman. We've gone like kind of not meta, but we don't have to do all that. We just have Paul in the background, like just shooting the gun, and so the camera is positioned to where you can see that, and so people, it's the little wink and the nod to the people, and at some point this turns into a drinking game for those watching WWE Raw, and it's like, oh, take a drink every time Paul is shooting in the background. So,
okay, does it also have, like the WWE 2K games have the star rating system? Is that also in the top left of the screen while guys wrestle or not? I would love for that to be a thing.
This is the peer brand with our
yes.
our make WWE great again and drug storyline.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what you intended when you picked those guys at the start, right?
Yeah, I had no idea what I was doing with those guys, and the fact that I did that just says something. Look, if you've watched our shows long enough, you can tell that my mind doesn't work very well sometimes. But maybe
I always imagine these shows through the eyes of like someone who just fell upon this TEW series. It's like, man, do they ever book anything? Or we're just sitting here talking about this, that, the next thing, Bruce Pritchard. This is just what it is, guys. If you're new, I apologise. But you shouldn't be. At this point, you should know what you're getting yourself into. It's no good. We're aware of that, but just enjoy what you get. Okay, that's what it is. Accept it for what it is. Oh, another hot tag. Here we go.
Yeah, big fan of Gable and Ali, but they have to lose this match. Look, this is a great match, though.
Great match. Yeah.
I'm gonna give this time 17 minutes. Steal the show.
Man, Gable's a great example of one of those guys where I can legitimately see him in, like, you can slot him into any era and he'll have fun matches, right? Like, maybe not a top guy, he's not a top guy now, unfortunately, but he would have less of a chance, of course, decades ago. But you could see him being like the mid-card workhorse guy in any era. He's so great.
All right. So we've got. Oh, I forgot. I don't have Too Cool Scorpio because he failed some drug test.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna test something. I'm gonna borrow.
I thought you were gonna say I'm gonna test the wrestlers. I got no, bad idea.
Oh, that's a terrible idea. I don't know where this match is gonna take place on this card, but
okay,
we're gonna go.
Sounds really promising.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so it's Pete Dunne and Montez Ford is the team, because I want to see how they do. Because my stable is Dunne, Ford, and Riddle, and Riddle's kind of like the breakout guy there, and Dunne, like Ford and Scorpio are supposed to be a tag team. Obviously not going to happen now. They're going to face AJ and Mr. Perfect.
Did you suspend Scorpio or send him to rehab?
I think I sent him to rehab.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we know if there's a difference in time on the game?
I can check what the time is. This is another just like fun match. 15 minutes. All right, AJ and Perfect are not going to be happy with this result.
Uh-oh.
but Pete Dunne's going to win.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So we're building towards AJ and Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam. They've been kind of teaming. You know, they didn't win the tag team, or they didn't win the world title together in the triple threat match. But it's going to come down to, you know, they're better off as individuals. You know, phenomenal, perfect. All right, it sounds good as a team, but like the egos kind of clash in here. And that's what's starting right here. So they're coming off the loss at the pay-per-view in the main event, and now they're going to lose this match. And there's going to be some really big dissension that eventually leads into the SummerSlam match.
Okay, well, I can't question AJ Styles versus Mr. Perfect at SummerSlam. So this all sounds fine to me. It makes sense. Very logical. I like this. This is that pure stuff I kind of envisioned when you were picking the roster. You know, this is where I expected you to go. I'm glad to see it.
I need to add Malcolm Bivens as the manager for this team.
Mm-hmm. What a run he's having, by the way, here. Right? He manages like 4 guys on this show, does he not?
He's a heel manager, and all of his clients are baby faces.
Layers. Layers. This show, I feel, these like shows you're about to watch here, this one and then my one following, are real tests of us, right? This is really a key. Can we get on track here for the biggest party of the summer? Is the real question.
Look, I've laid out kind of my card, and I mean, I think it's a strong card. How I'm going to get there and whether people are going to care once we're there, I don't know. But I think they're going to care in just that, look, you're getting Bret and Brock, you're getting Styles and Perfect, you're getting Baker and Charlotte, you're getting Sasha and Bayley on the pre-show. What more do you want?
I agree. How many matches have you got overall? Do you know yet? Because this is my only like concern. This show.
Oh, that it's like going to be too long.
Yeah.
Between both of our shows.
Mm-hmm.
I've got the stuff I just laid out.
Yeah.
So 3, and I've got Cesaro and Shinsuke, New Day, and Brainbuster. So that's 5 matches and a pre-show match. Those are my locked in kind of matches.
Okay. I mean, we can do, like, I don't know how the game works with it, but in reality, SummerSlam often has some pretty good pre-show matches. Like, it's happened before where they've put, we can do that, right? Even if the game doesn't see the pre-show as what it is in modern WWE, you guys know what it is, so we could do that if we have to. I'd rather us do that than, like, just leave stuff off that we're building to, you know?
Right. All right, I need an angle. I have nothing for Daniel Bryan, and I'll figure something out for Daniel Bryan. But for right now, I think for SummerSlam, I'm probably just gonna like book him in a great match. See, the problem is I have like Braun and Rollins and Bray, and like they just need to get beat because I don't actually have plans on using them at all.
Wow. High hopes then for those guys, right? I hope they don't hear this. That'd be
all
very
right,
sad for them.
I've got something for Bryan.
Good.
I've actually got something perfect for Bryan now that I looked at my roster and remembered what the hell I'm doing. Okay. All right, so we're going to book Daniel Bryan against Murphy.
Okay. This is a good start.
Actually, no, because I like Murphy and I don't want to quite beat him.
Poor Braun is back he's back in the saddle.
Yeah, Braun's getting beaten 2 minutes by Bryan.
Oh wow. Yeah. Wow. Submitted or like with a high knee gimmick?
Braun's gonna, you know when he charges because that's what he always does. He's going to charge at Bryan, and Bryan's just going to do a basic drop toe hold right into the yes lock.
Look, I'm with this. I'm going to be honest, I'm totally with this. I'm interested by your SummerSlam plans. I know that you have a big-time part-timer in the wings. Maybe 2 of them, actually. I'm not sure. But I don't know if that's what you're doing here, because I don't think you saw their names. So
no,
we'll see, I guess.
It's not what I'm doing here, but I am doing something with them. Okay. But I got to get over. I don't need to get Bryan over with those guys.
Yes.
Like I'm trying to build young talent here, Joe. I'm not just gonna Bryan and Edge. Okay, yeah, cool. That could be a great match. Who does that help? Who does that benefit?
No one, absolutely no one. But I just, I'm sorry. Sometimes I don't think outside the box enough, right? Like Jeff Hardy would help me a lot with that. I just I can't see the forest for the trees, right? I just can't do it, unfortunately.
All right, so Walter and Bryan is a big SummerSlam match.
Okay, you was right. That is actually perfect for what you're doing. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Is Walter a heel?
Yeah, Walter's a heel. I hope. At this point, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even say it right there. That's lame. Whatever. He's a heel.
Who cares? Yeah.
Okay. Can I use the part-timers on this show in angles? I would assume I can, right?
Yeah.
So I
want
want
to use them on like the A shows and the pay-per-views, right?
Okay, so we have Edge. Edge is gonna come out. He's gonna cut his promo. Gonna be interrupted by New Era. So Adam Cole and Edge was my thing. Don't know if people will like that, but they'll get over it.
That's fine. I mean, there's a lot worse things you can do. I mean, if they're a big Edge fan, they'd rather he be on the show, I assume, than not at all, right?
Yeah.
Take the victories where you can. Right?
Edge is back. Everyone's all excited. He hasn't been seen since I guess technically WrestleMania, right? In our world. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So haven't seen since WrestleMania. He beat Randy. He beat old Randall in the 45-minute classic. Not the greatest match ever, but still a classic at WrestleMania. A lot of grit fight that they had at WrestleMania. So he's back for the first time. He's like, yeah, I'm cleared. I'm, good to go. SummerSlam, ready to, for my next challenge. And here comes Adam Cole, Murphy, and Bobby Fish. And they're like, okay, like this isn't about you anymore. Like, go away. You're old. You're broken down. It's time for the new era, Joseph. That's what they say. Yeah. This is why this stable works, because they can just keep saying this. It's time for the new era. We're getting these relics out of here, and that's the big promo.
I hope Bobby Fish says all that stuff about the new era and the old man and all that stuff would be great. I want to just say that I apologise on behalf of our show for the fact that in our universe, the greatest wrestling match ever never existed.
That is true. That is.
I'm very, very sorry. And in fact, I'll go as far to say this is way ahead of ourselves. I'm sorry, but there is a very good chance that by next WrestleMania, we try to recreate the greatest wrestling match ever. Because I don't know if Jeremy has any idea what he's doing with Edge. Look, I love Randy. Don't quite know where he's going to fit by then. So we may actually be able to do it just in a little bit, a little bit of a longer way, I guess.
Let me book that as an actual storyline so I don't forget. So we've got Walter and Bryan.
It's a big spot for Adam Cole, though, right? The Edge one. Like, I assume Edge is super over, I'd imagine. He is very over, to be fair.
I like Adam Cole. I don't know if the masses do anymore, but I'm a fan of Adam Cole.
I think the masses like him. Initially, when he signed, they were doing the thing where they pretended he sucked. They do that sometimes, these people. These characters that I will not name for the sake of my brand. But I think now everyone's kind of like, yeah, Adam Cole's great. He's Adam Cole, right? He says bye-bye, he slaps his leg, and he does his matches. He is what he is. Take it or leave it, man, at this point. You know what you're getting.
All right. There we go. That's booked.
Wow.
32.
Sounding enthralled by what you've got on paper here, Jeremy. You really are sounding excited to see this play
so
out.
Here's the thing. I've booked more or less. I mean, I have Nakamura and Cesaro that I've got to do something with, and as far as getting that match set up, and that'll probably be my main event. So again, night of number one contenderships.
Yes.
So that'll be the main event. Cesaro winning some type of multi-man match to earn his shot against Nakamura.
Makes sense.
The ones that I'm still trying to like go somewhere with are like Balor, Black, Riddle are all faces. Sammy, Gargano, Andrade. It's so much good talent, and it's like I already have so much good talent.
It's tough. Yeah, there's a lot of guys you'd like to do stuff with, but are kind of just stuck being like, they'll have good match and lose. You know, that's just what happens, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right, so let me book this, I guess, like 5-way main event.
I feel like Cesaro went, like, not so much now, but a few years ago, he was in so many of these that he did not win, right? And he would do, like, a cool sequence that got clipped up, and people were like, make him the champ. It happened to him a lot, I feel.
It certainly did.
I'm glad he's winning this one. That's a nice change for him. But while these are all good wrestlers, I can't tell you how much I'd love it if Undertaker was like the fifth man. He just came out and just worked a random multi-man roller coaster wild match. It'd be great.
I think it's like 22 minutes.
Big win.
It is. I mean, like this is we're showcasing some younger talent, their newer talent, I guess, with Riddle and even like Black, Aleister Black. I mean, maybe by the time this airs, he'll be the world champion, but he's like disappeared off of television recently, hasn't he?
Yeah. I feel like he just lost the. I don't want to play into the bit of it could have been him or Drew, but I legitimately think they may have just done a coin toss and been like, well, that's the end of Aleister Black then, right? Drew's the guy we're going with.
Matt Riddle is unhappy. Balor, and nobody wants to put over Cesaro. Deal with it.
That was very disrespectful in my opinion. Cesaro's put everyone over. Show some respect, damn it.
Oh, okay. So here's the bit that I was gonna do that it's actually nothing, but
sounds great.
Yes. But it's just for me to have fun with. This isn't it. I'm just trying to get Nakamura on this show. Actually, he can have the night off. All right. I have to have a storytelling match, and I've booked all of my actual matches. Daniel Bryan and Braun Strowman can be the storytelling match.
What a story.
Yeah, the story is Braun Strowman's a geek.
Yes. And that's a story I think you're going to be emphasizing over the next few months.
Yes, 100%. All right. So Bray Wyatt. So Bray has lost to Triple H at King of Kings. He took one pedigree. He was down for 3 minutes before Triple H pinned him. And then he just disappeared. His body just vanished, whatever. He's in a completely different universe now. Johnny Gargano and Candice LeRae, they have somehow stumbled upon this universe. I don't know how. Don't ask me how. It's WWE storytelling. Okay, they're just they're it's date night with the Garganos. It's date night. No, this is the bit we're gonna do. It's date night with the Garganos. They're at their house. There's no spooky, black and white. What's the color overlay? None of that. We're not doing any of that. It's just date night with Johnny Gargano's babyface again. He consoled Candice like 3 weeks after her loss. I don't think they've been seen since, but it's date night at the Garganos. There's a knock on the door, Joseph. Knock on the door, and it's Bray Wyatt. But it's not like, it's not puppet Bray Wyatt. It's not the Fiend Bray Wyatt or anything. It's salesman Bray Wyatt, okay? He is selling. He is here to give the Garganos a deal of a lifetime.
Wow.
He's here to sell them on something. What? I don't know yet. Blue Chew, maybe. He's here to sell them on something.
Okay.
And Gargano and Candice are very confused by this whole thing. And they're like, what's going on? And Bray, he's like, oh, I'm your new neighbor. Bray is now the neighbor of the Garganos. And then we're going to get hijinks for weeks. Is this going to lead to an actual match or anything? I have no idea. I don't know where this is going. All right. But this is the start of something.
Okay, look. Firstly, you've taken the pay homage to Bruce Pritchard thing way too far. That's the first thing I want to say. Secondly, I like the idea that like the time-honored tradition of becoming someone's neighbor and immediately trying to sell stuff to them. I really like that. I like that a lot. My only question is, what is Bray wearing here? Like, has he got like a big blazer on that's a little bit too big for him? What are we looking at here for the salesman Bray?
He's wearing a suit. Like he is dressed up like a salesman. He's dressed up with a nice button-up shirt, some slacks, a belt, some nice shoes. You know, the shoes that have like the penny in the front of them that you got to shine to make sure they look nice. Yeah. Like, you know, the shoe shining shoes, Joe. That's what Bray is wearing. He's got a tie on as well. He's got glasses. He's got his glasses on. This is full salesman Bray Wyatt.
That sounds tremendous. I mean, it sounds absolutely terrible, but in the sense that I would have fun with this at least. You know, it's not actually taking itself seriously. I'm looking forward to Johnny and Candice killing this as far as ratings go.
They 100% will, but they might eventually, just doing these segments with Bray, get like some type of boost out of it. Yes. As far as just working. All right, I'm pretty sure. That's my show. A lot of good wrestlers on the table still, but like I have no idea.
Pretty good job of using most of them, right? That's pretty good.
Yeah, I only left one main eventer and 4 upper mid cards.
Hey man, look, based on general performance, that's a really good show. I've still got Sting on the bench. Remember?
That's true. That is true. Yeah. All right. So that's the show, and okay, we're good.
Giving it the big sell there. That's the show. And
this is the fallout from King of Kings. New stories are being told as we head to SummerSlam. Some old stories are being told as well. This Brock and Bret program has gone on from day one almost. Look at that. Oh my! This main event is gonna kill. This main event is going to kill.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's pretty exciting. Good sign. I mean, we can't expect it to, right? Their performances individually have been amazing. So, yeah, it makes sense.
They're over. That's going to be a good one. All right. B-. That's fine. There's still the shots at me with Britt Baker not suited for this gimmick. Don't like it. Don't believe it.
This was a good match, to be fair. I'm impressed by this. I thought it would be worse, I must say.
Charlotte was weak at the announce desk, just taking so many shots at me. Who had the best performance? Asuka and Sasha had the best performance.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah. I think as much as we enjoy Britt and have fun with the role model business, I think that's a fair conclusion looking at the people in this match. Yes. I would say.
Yeah. All right. A B. Look, this is going to be a big match. The Queen is she's going to elevate Britt Baker over the next 3 weeks, and she's actually going to put her over.
Oh wow. This is going to be something, man. It really is going to be something.
That's very disappointing. I expected that.
It is. Yeah, it is. That's interesting because, I mean, aren't entirely a great talkers. I wonder if it's an opener still in where this Raw was. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, what can you do? I don't think the game likes tag teams. It's not the game's cup of tea.
Uh-oh, Chad Gable is hurt.
Oh, no. Oh, dude, that's a terrible injury. That's like one of those career-ending ones.
Man,
oh my god!
I really jinxed that poor guy with my big sell on him earlier, right? That was not good.
No,
poor Chad.
This is not good at all. All right. Look, I'm not gonna lie and say I had like huge plans for Chad Gable, but I at least yeah. I mean, Finn Balor can get that television time now, I guess.
Malcolm Bivens has just missed out on one of his 4 paychecks too, which is a real bummer for him.
Bivens was with Scorpio. This was not. Bivens.
Wait, who's he with? Who's Gable and Ali with?
Jeff Hardy. No, Jeff Hardy. Yeah.
Okay, sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. He was the video game nerd, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Gets confusing.
That's disappointing, but God. Yeah. Thanks, Tyson.
Well, that doesn't help. Yeah.
All right.
Wow.
Look at that group of people.
Incredible. They all seem to be trying to do the same face. It's amazing. Bob Fish underperformed. The crowd was like, that dude's way old, man. Shut up, Bob Fish. You're an old man.
What's he doing in new? Oh, B+. That's good. I like that. Pete Dunne and Malcolm Bivens are a good pairing. Would have never guessed that, but okay.
This is good. This is
Yeah.
I mean, man, AJ and Perfect are incredible. They're so good.
Yeah, they're great, and that match is going to be really good as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, C plus. Yeah, we kind of know who's to blame for that. That's okay. We'll get better.
A Bray is no more.
No, A Bray, C minus. That's fine. It was a 2-minute match. Don't know what was expected there. B minus. Walter. What a job I've done with Walter. I just want to praise myself for this guy was an enhancement talent when we started this. And now he's doing B minus segments with Daniel Bryan already.
Yeah, you did murder the NXT brand to do it, but I still appreciate it.
We don't care. We don't care about NXT. Matt Riddle and Malcolm Bivens are good. Malcolm Bivens is just great, isn't he?
He is. I mean, I may forget who he manages, but he's doing a great job for the guys he does manage.
Everybody got a B. Cesaro actually had the worst performance, and that's the guy I put over. Whatever.
Wow, that's interesting.
Cesaro's not the worst wrestler in this match, is he? Who is the worst wrestler in this match? Balor? Balor or Riddle? I don't know.
This is crazy to say, but it's probably Riddle, even though he's got the highest upside of any of those guys.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but like pure in ring, the other guys are just more polished, I guess, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Well, it's a pretty good match. Probably deserve better than a B based on that conversation we just had.
All right. Look, we started off strong. The stock will probably be down because it hit a peak after King of Kings. That's okay.
True.
B, still good. Good show. All right.
I agree. I've got a big show coming up, by the way. I think I've kind of hinted at what's happening. The only issue is I need to remember for sure what is happening before I continue hinting. But I have a big show, so I think by the end of the week, we're going to be back up where we were, man. I think we're going to be back alongside them King of Kings heights that we've set for ourselves.
I agree. Okay.
All
right, we're going to lose Chad Gable for however long we're going to lose Chad Gable for. Oh, my God. Neither of this looks... Joseph.
This is very sad.
Neither of this looks good.
Yes, I agree.
Oh.
Well, here we go.
Right. Riddle hasn't been identified as a soft drug user. Look, I don't care. I don't care that Matt Riddle smokes weed, okay? You get warned. I don't care.
It's also like his gimmick on TV, on your show especially.
I'm way more worried about Kurt Hennig here.
Yes,
I've already lost Too Cold Scorpio. My picks beyond are just they're falling apart here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right there with you before long, man. I wouldn't worry about it. It's gonna be tough for Kurt. Here we go.
Hard drug user. Oh my gosh.
Poor AJ Styles has just been taken off SummerSlam.
I don't care. You get fined. I don't care. All right. Look, I got this AJ Styles Mr. Perfect match that I'm building towards. Give me that match and then get popped and go and I'll send you to rehab. Just let me get this Mr. Perfect AJ Styles match done.
Okay. I'm so glad you did that because you have now set the precedent that I'll be following moving forward. I'm going to take the blame for this. I think this happened when we turned up at King of Kings. And Rick and Kurt were finally reunited after many funny texts about the legit boss and co. So I will take blame. I like, though, very much that you have... what's he unhappy about?
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, he didn't want to pay the fine for doing drugs. Like, he's like, should have just been a warning.
Wow.
Why are they unhappy?
Rick Rude.
They're unhappy that I fined him. It could have been so much worse.
It really could have. But, these guys, they play by different rules, man. They're from a time machine. It's very different.
That's true. My God. I'm going to have to pay off Bret and Kurt. I don't know. Yeah, Bret there. Do you want to pay off Rude?
Yes,
okay.
100%.
Right.
There's a lot of rumours going around in the SmackDown locker room that the drug test is just a work at this point. They're not sure if we're logging the results or we're just kind of having fun. We don't know. The guys, they talk about it a lot. Poor Kurt, though.
I'm paying all these guys their monthly salary just as a bonus.
Oh, wow.
That's what we're doing.
I hope the Hitman is happy.
Bret's good. Rude's getting the same deal, $20,000. That's what he's getting. 22, that's fine. You get more.
His test is about a week away from coming in. That makes it even better. We're gonna have to do this whole thing again when I do the same thing to Rick, and Henny gets mad about it. You know that, right?
Yes, that's fine. All right, they're all at least happy now. No more moral issues for them.
Okay.
All right. Emails. Yeah. Okay. How long? What's the news with Gable? I don't want to bring up that screen because no one can see it. I'll check it later. Raw, I guess it did well. Why are we drug testing anymore? Big E is a big fan of Gargano. That's good.
That will not help him any, but thanks. All right, that's your reaction to that. In honesty,
that's fine. I mean, look, Johnny Gargano is doing neighbor sketches with
True.
Bray Wyatt right now. All right, where's medical? There it is. 1 year, 1 month, and 3 weeks. That's pretty much the end of Chad Gable. Can he do a surgery? I don't think it's really. Yeah, he can do a surgery. It's a high risk surgery. Look, I don't think we're going to be playing this game for a full year. No. I hope I'm wrong, but I may as well just start the surgery. If it costs him his career, then
wow,
sucks.
Cutthroat.
Success. That's good.
Okay.
So now instead of like a year, he'll just be gone like 9 months, and he probably still won't matter. 3 months. Holy wow.
Good Lord.
What a surgery.
Man, this we're taking the business back. This is a very different industry we're operating in now. That was suspect, man. I gotta be honest. Especially after the drug test thing, that was very suspect. But nonetheless, I'm glad for Chad. Very good news for him.
Yeah, Too Cold Scorpio's 4 months in rehab, so I think it was a 5-month rehab stint.
He must be enraged right now. He must be like, yeah, sure, it's good for my life, but Kurt Hennig is about to do a SummerSlam match.
Look. There's tears, okay? I can afford to lose Too Cold Scorpio for however long because he was just in a tag team with Montez Ford and probably wasn't going to do anything in the next 4 months anyway. Kurt Hennig, I had him penciled in for a big match against AJ Styles. He
on the
needs
other
to be
hand,
around.
He would say, okay, now explain to me why you spent $1 billion on the greatest doctor and surgeon of all time for Chad Gable, who is in an identical position to him.
Okay. I can't explain. Look, we have good doctors, all right? We have good like surgical doctors. We have terrible drug doctors.
Clearly. I mean, by the way, I'm very proud of us for getting as far as we have because you can tell the news stories are starting to get less dynamic, right? Everyone's in their spot. So it's quiet in there for us. Let's hope no one dies, hopefully. But everything's quiet now because we've played long enough that that's what happens here, Jeremy. We should be very proud of ourselves, I think.
Allison Kay and Ashley Vox are a tag team. Everyone check out the interview I did with Allison Kay recently.
Oh, I need to check that out. I didn't even know that happened.
I'm promoting a bit that I feel semi-confident in that's going to happen as the time that we record this and by the time this airs. So.
Okay. Well, with that in mind, guys, go listen out to my new political podcast with John Bradshaw Layfield. It's great, man. Every week on it, any podcast when we go, it'll be there. I promise, guys. I'm working on it now. So by the time you hear this, we'll probably be like 10 episodes in.
All right. What happened on NXT and Dynamite? Dynamite, a C+. These shows are terrible.
Yes.
C+. Could not imagine.
Main event, the rest sucks.
Yeah. What is the rest of this show?
It's so strange, the matchups they throw. Like, there's guys on the roster that are over and they just aren't really used prominently on the show. It's weird.
They're booking Shauna against Bea Priestley, which, I mean, okay. Like, that's your co-main event when you have Kenny Omega and Cody and the Young Bucks.
Whoa.
Very weird. NXT, C-. This show's terrible. Tucker and Titus O'Neil.
Wow. Wow. Elias over Babaton. What a match. That rules. Okay, yeah, that NXT is worse, which is amazing in its own way.
Why isn't King Corbin getting a better spot?
I don't know.
Wouldn't Corbin be the champion in NXT, like this NXT? That's fine, Pete Dunne.
Of course. Absolutely. NXT's terrible. We've left it with just the absolute worst of the roster.
They have Ciampa still.
True. We never see Ciampa though, do we? We never see him.
No.
Oh, Pete Dunne is
Pete
big
Dunne,
win.
that
right?
big win over Styles and Perfect bumped him up to mid card status.
You're making stars, man. You gotta admire it. You're just making stars.
Look at this guy.
The thing is, this is what you don't realise, Jeremy, is Fox doesn't want tomorrow's stars. It wants today, okay? And that's why Yokozuna is a feature on WWF SmackDown.
That is true. Fox needs the ratings now. Like, even though it's a 5-year deal, they need. I think it's a 5-year deal, right? They need they need that viewership now. I mean, we're giving Fox like 20 million viewers per.
Exactly.
You're doing like 23.1 ratings. You'd kill for those numbers.
They sure would.
Killer. They would kill for a 2.3 rating.
Yes, honestly. Yes. 23 million people watching SmackDown would certainly be impressive.
Killer, whatever. No. You're not even getting used on NXT. You can't even get used above Tucker. You think you're coming up to the main show? I think so.
Titus O'Neil was just like, he just makes a fool of him in every promo. So Titus is like the Rock on NXT. You know that, right? Like, he just, opening promo, just buries guys. He runs the show.
That would actually be awesome.
It would.
All right, Joseph, here we go.
I better pull my notes up and hope I have something on them.
Yes. What do you have for this show?
Can you show me last week's show so I know I'm on the right week?
No.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Keith Lee and Randy Orton. That was a great match. You did a segment with Drew having backup. Oh, this is the Sting show, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
It is. Okay, I've got it now. I know what's happening. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to book the stuff I have, and then I'll fill all the rest of it in as per usual with absolute impromptu nonsense. Okay. We're going to open this show with a wrestling match, which is something I never do, but we are doing it here. Okay? Which is the women's title match that Ember Moon won her shot last week. We're doing Ember and Becky for the women's title, opening this week's SmackDown.
So in the TEW 20 game that I'm running, Becky is on pregnancy leave for like a year and 3 months. Oh my god. Not having Becky Lynch available is just another like crippling aspect of trying to run that company in the game.
Yeah, I'm really interested. By the time this comes out, I guess there'll be answers, but watching them try and deal with this is very interesting already. It'll get more fun. I think they're going to do more drastic stuff. But anyway, Ember and Becky, all babyface match. I want to give this time, man. I want to give this 15 minutes of time. And Becky is winning clean in just a good professional wrestling match in which they slap hands at the start. Not a hug. Hug's too far. I don't agree with the hug. But, a handshake, a fist bump, whichever it may be. That's how we're going to start this show, okay?
It's a good match. I like this match.
What did Bob and Miz do last week? I know I just said I'd seen it, but I actually would like to just recap one more time because I'm pretty sure...
They had a red carpet event.
Yes. This was when you said... okay, so they're never going to wrestle. You can have cool segments. And I was like, one problem with that, they wrestle next week. So that's what's happening tonight. So remind me of that before we go forward. But before that, I'll do the stuff I have actually noted, okay? Bliss Cross, in-ring promo segment in which they call out AJ and Ruby back and forth. And AJ starts to kind of stir it a little bit. Because as you remember, Nicola was not there to help her tag team partner, was she? She didn't even watch the match. She was like, we're a tag team. I didn't worry about that stuff. I left you to it. So AJ's going to stir that, and next week it will be AJ and Alexa in a singles match, which is a cool match, I think. I don't know if that's deemed a dream match in the women's wrestling world, but I feel like it kind of is one, right? Sort of.
All right, who talks? Does Nikki talk, or is she just being entertaining? Yeah,
Nikki's just doing funny faces.
Okay, and I assume Ruby's kind of just standing there. Okay, so
yeah.
So Alexa and AJ are doing the bulk of the talking.
Is this a storyline? If so, if not, we make one.
We can make it a storyline. I gotta add AJ and Perfect as a storyline as well.
Yes.
Okay, so Bliss Cross, AJ. When you said AJ, it was like, why are they calling out AJ Styles?
I just did the same thing when you said I have to have AJ and Perfect. I was like, what are you talking about? Why is that happening? But yes, so it's very confusing, all this AJ business. But I think, I mean, this segment will probably be damaged by Nikki and Ruby, unfortunately, because of overness and such. I think this will be pretty good. I mean, AJ and Alexa are really good promos, right? So
Yes.
And Ruby's very good too. So is Nikki, but she's just in her own way. It's a little bit different, right? Mr. Perfect, who has avoided the rehab that 4-2 Gold is locked into.
How long is this segment?
8 minutes, please.
Okay.
In-ring promo. That's fine. Okay. I also want to do a satellite deal where Rude is speaking from his home. Kevin Owens at the... And I'm certain I've got the timeline right on this. Next week is their Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yes, next week is
which I
their
have
match.
quite the finish. Yes, I have quite the finish planned for that. So
Cannot wait.
this is going to just be a back and forth. And Rick saying, look, I ain't sharp this week for my own safety. Not for yours, Kevin, fat boy. And then he says, he'll be there next week, though. He's going to beat him up like a school bully. And Kevin Owens says something funny. I don't know what Kevin will probably bury the moustache, right? I thought that would be Kevin's route.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Give this 6 minutes for now. I could see myself bumping up these promos when I need to fill time, but we'll see. Okay. Yeah, Rick, you're never on script, Rick. We know the deal. It's fine. I leave you to your own devices with the fat jokes. Okay, I trust you. Okay, and then I want to put the main event, and then I'll go back. So, main event, Drew and Sting versus Yoko and Roman Reigns.
Oh my
which
God,
is
giving this away on free TV.
the greatest match ever. This is the best match in history of wrestling. I've just booked here. I hope you know that.
I mean, we just had Randy Orton and Edge.
True. Yeah. I mean, I really respect that you didn't say we just had AJ Perfect Bret and you went with the actual real life greatest wrestling match. This is a lot of fun. I'm gonna go with
Sting bumping for Roman Reigns would be amazing.
Yeah. Sting and Yoko is just fun in its own weird way, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're like the Time Machine guys, and it still would be the fresh match. So yeah, I'm with you. All of this is cool. I'm having Drew pin Roman. Obviously, if you imagine the match, Sting is looking awesome in this match. But for the sake of SummerSlam, Drew over Roman is what we're doing.
All right. How long is this match?
This match has got to be 20 minutes. It just has to be. Obviously, Sting's probably going to be limited to like a hot tag just because it's his first match, but he's Sting, right? Who cares? Sting. He's awesome. Okay, I want to do a Keith Lee backstage promo, just in which he looks back at the Randall Orton match, and he looks ahead to SummerSlam, and he's aware that there's going to be some kind of number one contender match. You know, and he says, "Oh, any comers, I'll take him." And he may even sing like the smooth operator alter ego that he utilised on the main event, which we reviewed 15 years ago on The Distraction. Did we not? Right?
That is true. That was our first movie review. That kicked off the whole series.
Well, now I don't want to push Keith Lee just for that. But anyway, I guess we can throw Charlie in this. I have Charlie, right?
Yes.
It's a backstage. You don't rate her or anything. She's just doing the please,
generic,
welcome. Yeah. But just for the sake of keeping up appearances.
Okay.
And this is, backstage promo, 4 minutes, just because that's the way we kind of rate those.
Yeah.
That's the way we rate those deals, right? Okay, cool. So I want to do a segment with Bob and Miz, in which Miz is befuddled as to why Bob has invited him to come to the arena for SmackDown. He has no idea why Bob would do this, and he was like, "You've got your gear, right?" Miz is like, "What are you talking about?" Bobby Lashley has to remind him that he's a professional wrestler. Miz is startled by this news. Can't remember when this was a thing. He says, "We've got a tag match tonight." And Miz says, "I haven't got my gear." He says, "It's fine. You just have to go out like that." Okay, that's our little backstage segment, and then I'll book the match afterwards. We are really testing the comedic range of my friend Bob with this stuff. I'm going to be honest, we are. But I think it could work. Miz is probably great at this stuff, I'd imagine. Right? It feels like this is something he could pull off. So, yes, Miz needs his gear is an interesting title, especially after the drug situation we've got ourselves in. But thankfully, Miz is not the wrestler that I would link with such actions.
No,
So yes, that's fine.
I think Miz is just fine.
Okay,
in
good.
that regard.
Okay, I want to do a tag match. Bob and Miz versus two men that I can beat without feeling bad about it.
You have those
Okay.
guys.
I do.
My guys that I don't feel bad about beating are like Strowman and Rollins.
Yeah, not the same, right? I get very mad. I feel like it's going to end up being Oni and Danny, and I really don't want it to be. So can we just look?
You got
Okay.
Cesaro and
Cesaro is probably going to be one. I'm going to go with Cesaro and Apollo.
Okay.
Who I really like Apollo in what he's doing on Raw right now, or was doing 3 months ago. Probably is now not on the show. But like, he's one of those guys I just have nothing for, unfortunately. Bob is murdering both these men. Miz literally stands on the apron in like a suit while Bob kills. So
how long is this match?
5 minutes, Bob domination, because he's Bob.
In the 20 series, like, Apollo's the champion, and I put the title on Lashley pretty quickly.
Okay, so neither of us have anything for Apollo in any universe.
No, like, I don't have anything against Apollo. It's just like, I don't know. There's not much to go from as cold as he was to the U.S. title, and that, like, I can have good matches with Apollo. I'm not trying to build my mid-card division around him.
Okay. Look, I can't argue it because we both like him, but there's just better options. I think is what it comes down to, right? There's better candidates. Or so we obviously not in their mind, but to us anyway. So, okay, I want to do a segment where Bianca Belair is still talking trash, and Rhea Ripley just literally, like, the screen is on whoever's interviewing Bianca and whatever, and Rhea just storms past, brawl breaks out, and I want to do something wacky here, Jeremy. And this is where I'm going to pass you the ball briefly. I almost want someone to do some kind of stunt here. Now, this doesn't impact the game, but just for the sake of entertainment, I'm thinking, like, you know those big trucks they have at WWE events, and they show them off every show when someone brawls backstage, and it has, like, Bobby Roode on the side of them and stuff?
Yeah, you know, the No Way Jose is still on the side of one.
That's tremendous. That's perfect. Okay, that's better than my Bobby Roode example. I want Bianca Belair to do a moonsault off one of those, and I'm trusting the agents and Rhea Ripley to stop her from dying, is what I'm saying. Now, in the game, this makes no difference. I just wanted to make it clear to the audience that while it may seem like these two women are doing the same for every week, this is an insane segment in reality. Okay, like, this is not just like they brawl for a minute. Like, I am talking insanity.
All right, because you're doing this, for game purposes, I'm going to put the injury risk as low for Bianca.
She is doing an insane stunt.
Okay.
Yes, because Rhea is like after her, and then Bianca, she vanishes, and obviously she gets on top of one of those deals, and God bless her. I'm trusting Jamie Noble, I guess, or whatever.
I think in TEW 20, like, there are actual, like, road agent notes for segments and not just matches, and you can, like, mark stunt bump and stuff like that for angles and not just matches. But obviously in 16 we can't do that.
Yeah, no, I have no problem with the injury thing. I mean, it's fair enough. It's an insane thing I'm asking for here, but it's important for where we're going. I promise.
It's good. It's good that you're even utilizing Bianca Belair.
I agree. Not everyone can relate, right?
What you should do in the SummerSlam match. I assume they're wrestling at SummerSlam. Did you see that story I wrote where Rhea Ripley wanted Bianca to tattoo her in the middle of the War Games match? Like, legitimately, like, give her a tattoo of like, Bianca's, like, lips logo. Like, she wanted Bianca to tattoo her in the middle of the match.
Did she give any particular reason, or just because?
No, because she just likes tattoos, and she thought, like, this would be a really cool, memorable moment if Bianca Belair just gave her a legit tattoo in the middle of the match. And WWE was like, that's not safe.
Okay, 2 things. That's in my back pocket now and will happen in one of the next weeks. That's first thing. Second thing, I liked Rhea Ripley before. I now think she's probably the best wrestler in the world, because that is the kind of insane stuff I like my wrestlers to be coming out with as match idea. And I bet she explained it like it was the best idea ever too. Which is great.
100%. Yes, she loved this idea, and when I heard it, she was on Flash Morgan Webster has a podcast, and he was interviewing her. And when I heard this, I was like, this is amazing. And so of course I wrote a story about it, and I was just like, all right, yeah, I'm with you. Look, anyone who's watched this series, we come up with some very wacky stuff. If a wrestler,
it's the way it should be,
wants to get tattooed in the middle of the match, I think that's amazing.
Rhea, I'm doing it. Okay, I'm not like these cowards. It's not the same. we smash the cold beers. I'm all in. Let's go. What did I do last with the PNP, the proud but also powerful fellows? They're feuding with the Usos. I know that. I'm going back to it. I just want to know what was the last line of action here.
They just defeated Two Fly, and then the Usos did not forget about them.
I hate this booking usually, but for the sake of what I'm doing this week, I'm going to do it. Can we do Santana versus Jay or Jimmy, please, in a singles? I know it's not great. I'm sorry, guys. I've done the backstage deal with Rhea and Bianca. I don't want to go back to it. So my idea here is kind of stalled. Yeah, this is fine.
That's a fun match.
Yes, I agree. Santana is very good, and the Usos are both just excellent, right? Yes. Yeah, this is 6 minutes. It's fine. We'll have Santana.
Oh, I thought you were going to give it longer than that. I just went 6 minutes to start clicking up.
I mean, I fear. Let's go with my favourite number, right? Let's go with 8. Once you give Santana the victory, okay. We'll do 8 minutes, and that'll be fine.
All right.
If I had my way, Jeremy, the whole show would be 8 minutes. You know, like the segments, everything would be 8 minutes. Okay, now let me just look at my SummerSlam format here as I glance at it, and I appear to have covered almost all of my bases, but there is one I have not, so I'll do that now. So Samoa Joe, Charlie Caruso interview. She asks him, about his random chemistry with Rey Mysterio. He says, yes, I like Rey very much, but my focus is on the aforementioned US title #1 contender deal. And at this point, Randall interrupts, and he finds this to be hilarious. He's like, what are you talking about? What you really think anyone in the world believes you're actually about to win a title in WWE? Are you insane? The only thing you've done well here is commentary, Joe. Okay? And you didn't even do that very well because they had to edit you on the greatest wrestling match ever. It didn't even happen in this shit. Okay? And, Joe says, well, I may not have had all the title wins you had, but recently you've been doing a whole lot of losing, Randall. And then he smacks Randy across the face and walks off. And imagine how Joe would pull this off, Jeremy. I mean, pure machismo, right? Just slaps him in the face and walks off. And Randall is very angry about this. And that is the segment. And I grin.
I thought you were gonna have Randy say the only thing you've done well here is get injured, but I'm glad you did not go completely. Look, if Randy is not being scripted, if he says I'm not working with the script, I think that's the line he's using. I don't think he's going with your the only thing you've done well is commentary line. I think he's going with the injury line. Just throwing it out there.
I like you've probably noticed I book one of them every week. I like the idea that the guys are actually aware of what's on the show. So, I like the idea of Randy being like, this guy's a dick. Let's talk about him. Let's go over and bury this guy. To me, that's what, if Randy Orton was a real, well, I guess he's closer to it than most, but if he was a real person, that character, this is what he would do all the time, right? He'd just be like, you really think you're going to win? You suck. And I want to protect the business, and I want no leg slap talk here, but he's definitely... is he scripted? He's happy to be scripted.
Yeah, he's scripted. So he will deliver your line about commentary instead of the injury line.
Okay, I'm now going to give my friend Angel Garza a win, which is definitely not a spoiler for who's winning that match that I just mentioned about the US title. Definitely not a spoiler for that. I now will give him a win over someone on my roster that has good matches. I'll tell you in a minute.
I forgot you had Angel Garza.
Oh, did I? But he's on my SummerSlam format, so apparently I do. He is not wrestling Alexa Bliss, I can confirm. He will be facing... Cedric has kind of sucked, I must say.
Yeah, Cedric is not rated very well, unfortunately. Have him beat Gulak. I don't think Gulak's rated very highly, but...
I want to do Ricochet. Because I think he's going to be in the match.
I was going to suggest Ricochet, but I didn't know if you wanted to beat Ricochet.
I love Ricochet, but sometimes they convince me that guys
that Brock match killed your love of Ricochet.
Murdered. Dead.
You were very high on Ricochet going into that, and I remember doing the podcast after, and you were just you've not had any, and I mean in fairness, WWE hasn't had any interest in him either since that match, but you have just completely soured on him after that match.
Yes, because I don't. The last thing I want to do is bring that thing back up, but I still to this day don't get why Ricochet couldn't have just hit a move in that match. I don't understand why he would have done. I want to give this time to steal the show. Have we done a steal the show yet?
I don't think you have your steal the show or storytelling. I was gonna make this steal the show, but I don't want to.
Yeah, steal the show and give it 14 minutes.
Okay.
2-segment match, lots of thigh slapping and such. Randall will be shaking his head. Yeah, lots of flips. Yeah. Did you see again? This is another out of context, out of date deal, I should say. Ricochet's tweet about struggling to like move around and stuff, and Randy was like, "I swear you're like 30." Or something. He said something great about. He was startled that Ricochet was struggling to move after all his flips. Very tremendous humble brag there from Randall.
Remind me to tell you a story about Randy off air.
Okay, I'm very excited. Let's get this over with. Okay, go to the analysis screen. I want to see what I want to get on this show. Okay, so this is impressive. I've really kind of narrowed the field here. I'm wondering if we could do a Ray match. I don't want to beat Dolph again. Bless his cotton socks. He's getting really mad at me recently. I'm looking here. I'm looking at this setup. Roddy and O'Reilly. When was the last time I used those guys?
No.
Oh, what? I used O'Reilly like 3 weeks ago. Okay, so let's do a tag win for those guys because they're tremendous. And I actually am really... The PNP pick, as much as I love Proud and Powerful, has stopped me from using them as the top heel team, which they are, really. You know, like they should 100% be the top heel team of any promotion, but such is the time machine picks beyond gimmick. Okay, this is where my friends come into play, right? Danny and Oni. Here they come. I've definitely booked this match at least 4 times. Find out.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Do you want Bobby Fish?
Yes.
Okay.
Big negotiation by me there. Yes,
I have no idea what I want in return. I really don't want much in return. Okay. I'm trying to clear out my roster a little bit, and I can slot someone better in Bobby Fish's spot, and just I don't have someone a use. Fits. Yeah, it's not even someone who fits because the person I'm thinking of doesn't really fit.
Oh wow.
With Cole and Murphy. So I'm thinking about putting Andrade in that spot, just because. Okay. I really like a trio of Cole, Andrade, and Murphy.
He fits better than Bob does as far as new era.
Right. Yeah. I don't have a use for Bobby Fish, and like I want to get Andrade a bigger role, and I don't know where that role is. But if I can make him part of a trio, at least I can get him some time. So
that makes sense.
I'm willing to give you Bobby Fish for Kushida. Can I have Kushida?
That is not so. I'm not so sure about that.
Okay.
We will discuss this at greater length. I would like a female heel, and then we can talk about a package situation.
Okay. Well, we'll negotiate a trade after this.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So how long is this match?
My favorite. We'll give it 8 minutes.
Okay.
Roddy Strong is winning because he did a job for. He had this great match with Kevin Owens. I remember booking once. And I just did it because I had to fill time like I'm doing this. So he gets the reward of the fill time. Okay, we need to give Saint 1 more minute, Jeremy. What do you think? What do we go with here?
I think you've got to give the Bliss Cross promo 9 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Actually, I think you should give Santana and Jey Uso an extra minute.
What did I give that?
You gave that 8 minutes. Like, that can't be the same as this throwaway tag team match.
No, let's do Bliss Cross.
Okay, fine. All right.
Look, man, I love Proud and Powerful. They've not been home runs for me. I've got to say, they've just not.
You need a storytelling match still. Lashley and Miz.
That's actually the one. Yeah, okay. That's one of the rare times where I've had a storytelling match that was an actual story to be told.
Okay.
I'm proud of myself.
All right. Order, good. You want to change anything up?
Let's have a look at this. Okay, so it all looks fine, right? Can we put the Keith Lee promo after the first match, please? Because that's like setting the table for what comes later. Is there any? No, it's fine. That's all fine with me.
Okay, you ready? Good.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Stock
I think it
is
should
up.
Be a good show.
What was that?
I think it should be a good show because the big stuff should be good.
Your main event is very good.
Yes.
I'm hoping that Sting, after being signed in May, people actually know who he is, and it's a good start. Good start.
I'm happy about this. I was very scared that Ember was going to stop me from doing anything with her in future, but this was good.
Becky with an A. Becky is good.
Yes, very good. Well, shame I can't get people that also get A's alongside her.
All right, Keith Lee.
Wow.
Keith Lee's come a long way. You've done very well with Keith Lee. Keith Lee is your Walter. He didn't start as quite of a low level, but you had a push earmarked for Keith Lee. You stuck with it, and I commend that.
I did upset all of my favorite wrestlers in doing that, which was a controversial move.
All right, C+. I guess we can blame. Who are we blaming for this? Ruby?
Yeah, Ruby's overness has been a killer. It's fine. Like, it could be a lot worse, let's be honest.
She's not suited for the gimmick. Nikki Cross isn't suited for the gimmick. It's dumb.
Nikki Cross isn't even doing a gimmick at this point. She's just Nikki Cross.
All right, B-.
Roddy and O'Reilly are becoming tremendous. Like, just slot them in anywhere and they'll give me 10 minutes of good wrestling, right?
Yeah.
They're really becoming useful in that sense. I wish I had more for them, and I'll get there, but just for now, that's what they are.
Oh boy, here we go. Good job, Joseph. You've built this really well. I'm excited for this last man standing match next week.
Listen, man, don't say that because this is going to be a pain for you to put into this game. Just trust me, okay? Just don't worry about it. We'll get there. It'll be fine. The segment has been great. The program has been great.
All right.
Okay.
B-.
You was right about this. This was good.
They're good wrestlers. I mean, the overness hurts, but...
Yes. You don't have to convince me, pal. I'm aware. Yeah. I've been told many times by the TEW that it's, oh my!
They loved the moonsault by Bianca.
Where has this come from? What happened? How did I get these two women over? I don't know when it happened. I must have missed it.
You just kept having them fight backstage, and now people are like, we love these fights. This is what AEW does every single week. They just do these big brawls, and people are like, love all these guys.
Look, I'm all in. I love this. I love where it's going. The audience doesn't know yet, but I know, folks. It's going to be fun.
You're going to have Rhea Ripley get tattooed in the middle of the match. I'm excited for this.
Oh, yeah, that'll be in there too. But I mean, like, big picture. It's only just a small piece of it.
All right.
Psychology. So many flips. Yeah, I probably should have given this less time and more to some of the other matches, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Still well. B-. I blame The Miz.
Yeah, definitely.
C-. I blame The Miz for standing on.
This was a squash, right? I'm right in saying?
Yeah, it was a squash.
That's fine. Bob is Bob.
All right. Oh, Joe invented a new catchphrase.
It was the slap.
That's his catchphrase?
Yeah. He said something cool after, I think.
He performed poorly, but he still did a good catchphrase, so I don't know.
Layers.
Sure.
Maybe he was just sweating a lot. Joe suffers from that sometimes. I relate strongly to that. He's performing well, but his sweat is so distracting. It's like, my God, I don't know if he's performing poorly or not. But anyway, this is fine.
What would Joe's catchphrase be? Like after he slapped Randy? What would he say?
Man, he has tried a lot of mini catchphrases at the commentary booth. So by the time he gets back in the ring, he's going to have like a book. I have no idea what it'll be, but he has already figured out like 8 different things he says in every Raw match. So I'm rooting for him. Okay, I'm sure he's got something up his sleeve.
All right, a B. That's a little disappointing. Not gonna lie.
Sting sucked.
It's the Eric Bischoff. He was out of shape. You kept him on the sidelines for all that time, and he wasn't working matches. He wasn't working the house shows, and he showed up out of shape, and that's why the fast count never happened.
You'll never see him again. That's the end of Sting, folks. The end. No, I must admit, I thought this was going to be great. But one thing I will say, which I noticed about Sting when I was doing this mod gimmick, is that because I took young Sting, he's not as over as you would think. Because WCW, when he was the top guy, was not... Like, it's a different version of WCW, basically. Right? Like, his actual reach is limited. So I think that may be part of it. Also, it's that the game hates me. And this show, which should have been the biggest show of the year, was actually just a very average SmackDown. Which is a shame, but there you go.
That sounds about right.
Win some, you lose some, right, Jeremy? That's how it goes.
All right, still good. The stock held steady. We're not going to say it went up. We're not going to say it went down. It held steady.
I agree. That was fine. I wanted it to be a lot more, but it could have been, after the high that we was on Sunday night, fights aside, of course, backstage politics and such aside. This was, at least we didn't, ruin it. We did okay, and we'll be back next week to go up again.
Let's hope no one failed a drug test on your side.
I mean, look, I'm expecting it at this point, so.
I've had 3 drug test failures. I'm supposed to have the video game locker room. Your guys, you were worried that all your guys were going to fail test, and it's all my guys.
Yeah, makes you worry, right? Makes you worry about what we're doing with those tests right now.
No, nothing. So Ricky Morton is re-signing.
Ricky Morton. Sure. That photo is from like 1986.
100% is. It doesn't look like there's really anything there.
Okay, that's fine. As long as there's no awful news, I'm happy.
Sylvain Grenier apparently left. Sucks.
Good.
25.1 rating.
Wow.
Drug test. Everyone was clean.
We're paying for tests that we don't use on SmackDown. It rules.
Did we lose Tamina? Oh no, that's a big loss. Disappointing.
Wait, do we not have like any command over NXT contracts, or did we just actually ignore her contract?
It's probably both. I think
Okay.
I don't think we have command. I think like NXT they sign their own people when they want to.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look, I don't care.
I don't know how it works with the developmental stuff, but yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. All right. You want to make a trade?
Yeah, I'm interested. Here's the problem. I'm going to be honest with you, okay? I like Bob Fish. I'm not sure there's a deal to be made here, though, because as much as I like the man, I like most of the guys on my roster more. That's the issue,
I'm legitimately just, like, willing to give up Fish for... Who's on your roster is in, like... I mean, I guess you have Kushida, who, for some reason, you're tied to, even though you're not doing anything with them.
Yeah, I love Kushida, man. I have no plans, but I still love the guy.
All right, let me look at your roster.
Yes.
Like Gulak, like I will take Gulak. I literally just need a guy who is going to have good matches, but I can beat.
Are any of your female wrestlers on the board or not?
Let me look at my female roster.
Dakota Kai was the one I was chasing before, if you remember correctly.
See, you're trying to complicate this deal. I'm trying to make like a 12th man for a 12th man trade, and you're like,
okay,
don't know.
Here's what I'm thinking though. Gulak is better than Bob Fish. We agree on that, right?
In the game, I don't know, but sure.
Okay, I am willing to do Gulak if I give up a lesser female for Dakota Kai. Is my point, and then it's a package deal. All
right, let me look at your women's roster then.
Yes.
Look, I don't really have plans for Dakota Kai. I can
tell.
Yeah, I can easily. All right, so who are you willing to give up?
Oh, Liv Morgan.
I can't believe you would just toss away Liv Morgan.
And she's a baby. You need more baby faces on the ladies' side, right?
Do I? I have no idea. I think I turned Asuka.
Because I think you did. You turned those two. Maybe not.
But I mean, it's really like, okay, I'm swapping Dakota Kai, who I'm doing nothing with, for Liv Morgan, who I'm probably not going to do anything with.
But you get Gulak for Bob. That's quite good, right?
Yeah, that's really all. I just need a guy I can beat. And I figure are you going to do anything with Bobby Fish? I offered him because I thought maybe you would do something with him.
No, but... Well, I may, because the thing like the Gulak deal, what frustrated me with Gulak was he didn't have any chemistry with Kushida as a partner.
Right.
Bob Fish and Kushida could be a fun team. Nothing obviously blockbuster is happening here, but they're just little shake-ups. I want Dakota Kai because she's a heel. And I just, Liv Morgan got mad at me.
Liv Morgan.
No, she sucks. She got mad at me because someone buried her. Get her out. I don't want her, okay? I think it's a fair deal. Liv is not as good as Dakota, but Gulak is better than Bob Fish. That's my takeaway.
I was trying to send Bobby Fish to O'Reilly and Strong, and maybe you would do something there. I could keep Bobby Fish and just kick him out of the group and then just beat him a bunch of times. The same thing I'm going to end up doing with Gulak. We can do
True.
this deal. It's fine. We can do this deal.
Okay, you sure?
Yeah.
I don't want to twist your arm here, Jeremy.
No, I was trying to send Bobby Fish to a better home, okay? And it just sounds like you're not going to do anything with him, and very disappointed by that.
I mean, what possibly could I do with him?
I don't know.
He's 60 years of age, for goodness sake. So I love Bob Fish, you know, but he is what he is.
I have no. Can I have Carmella instead of Liv Morgan?
No, only because she's a heel and I need heels.
Is she? Did you turn Carmella?
Yes, that's what she got mad about, remember?
Oh, right, because it didn't work too well.
I'm making up numbers here, okay? That's all I'm doing. And I'm fine with, Gulak is tremendous. He's a babyface, and none of that helps you or hurts you, but he is what he is.
He's literally a guy I'm going to beat.
He's better at that role than Bobby, though, you would say, right? Surely.
I think. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I don't know. That's fine. We can do this deal.
Okay.
I'm honestly just like trying to complicate it for the sake of an argument bit.
The audience is sitting there like, what are they even getting here? What is even happening?
We're gonna do this deal, and then like in 2 weeks when the next show airs, we're just gonna be like, oh yeah, Dakota Kai just beat her, Liv Morgan beat her.
Yep.
Oh, we didn't even use them. Like, what was the point of this trade? It's literally I'm trying to clear the roster spot of Fish for Andrade to be in that spot, and
yeah,
I was trying to get Bobby Fish to a better home, but you're gonna beat him. So are you gonna turn Bobby Fish? Or are you gonna do a heel and face dynamic with him and Kushida?
I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. I'll see where it goes. I mean, I am definitely interested in doing him and O'Reilly again and having Roddy as a singles, but anything's on the table now that he's mine, right, Jeremy? I can do, I can get creative with this. I can really plan and map out the Bobby Fish character arc.
I don't think I used Dakota Kai once, did I?
She was in a multi-woman match that she lost.
Oh, she has minor positive. I've done something with her. Legitimately don't know. Okay. She is off to SmackDown. Question. Can we make this deal, or can I have Bobby Fish for one more show so I can essentially kick him out of the group?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want it to be a thing where just
remember that we made the deal,
yeah.
Because otherwise the audience will get very mad at us.
Yeah,
they sat through this and we forget. That'd be very sad.
Just Andrade shows up and all of a sudden he's just in the group, and at least let me run an angle where I kick Bobby Fish out of the group. I mean,
would it kill us if we turned him babyface in that angle? Because by default he kind of would be.
No,
right?
no, that's fine. We can do that.
Okay, that helps me a lot, and then I can have Kushida bring him in as like his pal. Yeah, Bob looks pretty happy about this, doesn't he?
Yeah. All right.
There he is.
Turn. Okay.
I think he'll fit in with the cold beers guys. I really.
I do think he will fit in with the cold beer guys as well. All right, so we won't complete that part of the trade. So we've completed the female side of the trade.
Yes.
All right. We'll complete the other half of the trade after Raw, unless you need Gulak for something on SmackDown.
No, I'm fine.
Okay. All right. One more or two more days here.
Incredible stuff that was. That was like trade deadline, end of bench guys there, right? Like just being 2 minimum contracts, being traded back and forth. Oh well.
OKC got Randy Foy on the year that they were, a title favorite, and it's like, oh my God, this is what they needed right here. This guy coming off the bench to really solidify things, and in the grand scheme of things, like none of that matters.
How much regret do you think Liv Morgan has right now, Jeremy? Must be sad for her, right? She was on a pay-per-view and it all went wrong.
Liv Morgan is probably feeling happy because she's on the A brand now, and
she doesn't want to bow down again.
We have big plans for Liv Morgan.
I don't know. I'm not sure I'll buy it. I'm really not. Oh my goodness.
Look, Bobby Lashley's contract is ending. We should probably re-sign him.
If you'd have missed that this series, I would have been outraged.
Whatever. What? He wants an extra $60. Tough negotiation.
Can we give him the Bret Hart contract? The 20-year.
What is the longest we can? We can give him a 10-year deal. You want to do a 10-year deal for Bobby Lashley?
I do. Yes.
All right. 10 years.
Definitely the correct move financially for us to give 43-year-old Bobby Lashley that deal.
Developmental stuff, requests. All right, whatever. Don't care about these guys. Triple H is already emailing, being like, bro, you got to bring me up. No, you stay down there.
It's over for Triple H. It's over.
Who is the new dojo trainer? Oh my gosh, the ROH. We have competition with ROH now.
This better not lead to JBL's arrival. JBL versus Jay Briscoe in a shoot fight. Wow. That's amazing. That's just so great, right?
Ron Simmons working with the ROH guys. It does sound amazing.
The whole style is about to change. To be fair, you've stole their actual style, right? Like, you do the pure thing now better than they ever did. So they really have no choice. They've got to adapt.
Yeah.
It's the way it goes.
They're going to become Brawl
stole
for
their
all.
stuff. You are the Vince Russo to there. So what Vince Russo was to Paul Heyman, you are to who's running? Oh, Marty's running.
Yeah, Marty.
Oh, no. Oh,
I think it's just a retirement.
Rick. Thank God it isn't worse.
Yeah, he's just retiring. Now he's retiring.
Yeah.
Can we do Rick with a SummerSlam match? What can we do with Rick?
Absolutely nothing, and I will not be involved in these plans. You could do something with Charlotte, but
I can do. We have Rick under contract, don't we? Oh, we don't. We're gonna sign Rick. Look, we got to bring him in. Yes, Charlotte, the Queen, very happy. Rick Rude is not happy.
Rick Rude coming out the time machine and still hating Ric Flair. It's great.
Arn Anderson's happy. Tully's happy. Sting would be happy. Rick Rude's outnumbered. All right, sorry.
He is.
3-month deal. Whatever he wants to be paid. Don't care. We're gonna bring him in, and Baker is just gonna humiliate this man.
Oh no! Is Baker a heel again?
They're both heels. That's why this match is tremendous.
Okay, even better. There's of all the unrealistic things that have happened on this, including the time machine, nothing beats Charlotte saying it's a good idea to hire my dad. Nothing has been more fake than that.
All right, we're gonna hire Rick. We can do something with him in these Baker segments.
I agree. Actually, I think that could be pretty great.
Okay, I don't know. Whatever. All right, everybody. That is going to wrap up this edition of the TEW series. Everyone, Joe's back on Twitter now by the time this airs. Follow him.
100%. 100%.
Follow him at JoelHulbert5. You can follow me at Jeremy Lambert 88. Sign up to Fightful Select. Check out Fightful. Check out our show this past Tuesday where we reviewed... Joe, what movie did we review on Tuesday?
The Titanic, the remake featuring The Miz.
Featuring The Miz. Sure. Why not?
Yep.
And Thursday we talked wrestling. We will talk to everybody on Tuesday.